Can I just take one more question from, because
Absolutely.
I know you'll have a perspective on this that.
Well, you're talking about your daughter in
Yeah.
your Facebook and sharing, but you're also talking about regulation. And these are two very different situations where it seems like there's a responsibility on the part of program application developing here where there's a huge legal obstacle course that they're facing that in some cases over-regulation, because it's not going to embrace. If you look at the FTC is saying this is exactly context and customer behavior is exactly what they're seeking to get some control and customer insight into. So, I mean, we want people to have this information about people, but it comes at a risk from a legal side. How do you? So
I had to. This is kind of a canned question because I had dinner with Renee last night. But it's very important. You have to realize CIOs, CTOs, product people to a lesser extent in these corporations live and die to a large degree by legal, because that's what's managing and harnessing the operational risk of the company. What you're doing, I want to be very clear, some of the things you're doing don't quite fall into any of the legal boundaries we know. And they're going to continue. So I shared with Renee, I used to tell people, I used to build things and then bring the lawyers in later. Because, my philosophy was I don't want any lawyers slowing me down. I want to build the stuff. I want to get all the product people really interested. And then when the lawyer comes and says, you can't do that, I'm like, well, you better talk to the product guy because he's making money on this. Right? So I really wasn't friends with lawyers. I think I'm going to start to become more friends with lawyers because I actually think they can put a framework in place, or start to put a framework in place to help us push the boundaries of the things you're doing. Because you don't want to push too far where you're going to get absolute resistance from corporations because they don't know how to handle it. They don't know how to deal with it. So while you're pushing, realize there's a balancing act going on legally from an operational risk standpoint. And the more we kind of partner on this, the better and more effective we will be at really transforming business models. And I honestly believe this is what this is about. This is not about technology. This is about transforming the way we do business. So thank you, and you should talk to your local lawyer at some point.